Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome to episode 5 of my Diary of a Technowizard. Here on the Primus server, playing the Unabridged Modpack. Today, I want to get into some blood magic, but I got a whole bunch of updates I need to show you first. Last episode, we were working on the altar. I've gotten the power up just a tiny bit more by doing a couple of different things, mainly just planting some more plants around here and getting a bigger variety of plants. Also, put a bunch of spruce saplings under the ground there. It detects those and uses those as part of the power, but it didn't give me the biggest boost as I was hoping for. I put an adler tree in and a hawthorn tree in the area, so got a tiny bit more power, but not significant. We'll get a big boost there once we can get a player head and a dragon egg on that altar. Excuse me. Let's see, what else out here? Not too much out here, I don't think. As far as updates, I don't know if I showed this before, but I did put a smokestack on top of the chimney, so that actually looks really nice from a distance, I think. As far as a nice little smoke trail coming out of my cabin, or my hut, hovel, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's pretty much it out here. All right, let's go inside and take a look at what we've done inside that's new. Processed a bunch more things because open up our secret passage and come down here, and we can see that I've got 9 lives. Look at that. Death protection poppets for days. I've got 9 lives, so going currently. I may eventually have more, but I think 9 is probably sufficient at any given time. I put a diamond on my ender chest here, so that actually converts it to my own private network, so that I don't have to worry about public channels and stuff like that. So the guys were talking the other day about who had what color and whatever, and everybody just was like, "Why don't you just use diamonds?" I'm like, "All right, I'll use a diamond on there." They're kind of expensive, but I did go out and do a bunch of mining between this episode and last, so I got a few more diamonds, and I'm gonna need a couple of those, I think, today to get started on blood magic. Anything else in this room? I think that's it. I put a arcane lamp in here, one of the arcane lamps that I made, and I did a whole lot of research. So a little thing about research. The server, they put it on simple or on easy mode for a day or two, because they thought that everybody would want that. I kind of didn't want that, so it seemed like the majority, it seemed like I'm doing the most out of in the magic stuff, so I think because of that, I think Non went ahead and turned it back to regular research. But while it was on the other, I grinded a whole lot of points. A whole lot of points. Let me go show you how I did that. To get the research points, I scanned everything I could possibly scan, that I could find to scan, get my hands on to scan. I scanned it. And then I still didn't have enough points to do the easy mode research, because there's so many add-ons. It requires so many extra points. And when you put it on easy mode, the majority of those points are in Ordo. It really is. The majority of the points that you need is in Ordo. So you have to find sources of Ordo, or there's a couple ways to deal with that. You can, once you've finished scanning every object and every item that you can possibly find to scan, you can go around and just look for nodes and scan those, and those will give you some more research points. But what I did instead was I built this guy right here. And I'll explain this cobble structure here in a second. But you can see that this is a whisperweed, and that will use mana and occasionally give you research points for it. The problem with this is it takes a lot of mana. It does still take some time. You can see there's the interval there that it gave me some points. The other thing about the whisperweed is it will occasionally give you temporary warp. And if you're just sitting here sucking up research points, that warp can build up pretty good, and you can get so warped that guardians will start coming after you regularly, and spiders will start spawning around you and things like that, which is why I built this little cobble structure here, so that I could just come in here, stand by the whisperweed, go AFK, and since I'm in this little tiny box, nothing could get to me if it did spawn. And that's what I had to do in order to get research points while they had it on easy mode. And that was so painful, I must say. It's really painful to do that. just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I literally waited 12 hours AFK by that floating whisperweed. Actually, it's more than that. It's closer to 16 hours of just standing there, waiting for research points to build up so that I could get research done. It was super, super annoying because I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't record. I couldn't go anywhere. I just had to stay there by the whisperweed and get research points. Alternatively, there are a couple other ways to get research points. You can go out and search for knowledge fragments. N-O-W-L-E. There we go. Knowledge fragments. These are fairly rare. But you can also get them with beads. There's also new recipes. Look at this. I can take a book and I can use a couple different one of the ordo or 2 different shards in a book and I can get a knowledge fragment. Or I can take a book and throw it into a mana pool and get a knowledge fragment. This was a I can also get it off of Pex if I find it. Yeah, it's like a fairly rare drop in a bunch of different dungeon chests. But when you consume a knowledge fragment, let me see if I go get a book and show you. When you consume a knowledge fragment, you get some research points. Typically, you get 2 of each. Let's see if I have any books. I've got plenty of leather. I've got plenty of... Actually, I've got some paper here already. Let's get a book. Now, these 2 recipes that I just showed you, this one, the book and the crystals, and the mana infusion recipe, those were added afterwards, after we had a long discussion about how grindy it is to try and get all the points that you needed in order to do easy mode. And I think Bolt's going to actually be adding a couple of those methods to the pack in the future. So the people that want to use the easy mode for their Thaumcraft research will have an easy way to get the research points to do that. So, now see, when I use that, some of them I only gained 1, and that is because I'm so far up in those particular research, and so far up on those research points that I'm getting capped. But the other ones I got 2, so you can see that I've gotten quite a bit of the base ones: the air, the water, Ignis, Ordo, Entropy. Is that Entropy? Perdido. And there's another one. What's the other one? Air, Earth, Terra. There it is. So I got tons of points now. But after I did all that grinding and everything, got a whole bunch of things unlocked, he went ahead and switched back to normal mode, I think. We back on normal mode? We back on easy mode? I don't know. It looks like we're back on easy mode again. We're back on easy mode again. It's been switched back and forth a few times. Okay, we're back on easy mode again. Alright, well that's okay. It must have switched back last night when the server did the restart. Well, that's okay. I was going to show you a bit of research, because somebody had asked me about showing research, doing the research thing here. But now that we're back on easy mode again, I guess I can't do that. Oh well. I did a couple of these while it was not on normal, real quick, because personally I think that I can get them done. I can get the research done a little bit faster when it's on normal, because I can use up a lot of the, like if you look on here and you see that I have like a ridiculous amount of arbor. You know, I have a whole bunch of like Panis, and I can use those to make my connections in the minigame. Where when you have to do the easy mode research, you can't use up those. Oh, there's one I can learn. Blood staff, I'll learn that. You can't use up all those compound aspects to get what you want. You have to have specific aspects in order to purchase what you want. So that takes more time to grind it out. Now, thankfully, that we have those additional recipes for the knowledge fragment, that grinding is not going to be too bad. You can actually set up something to get books is relatively easy, and if you happen to have like digital miner or something like that, getting those shards is not very hard either. So there we go. That's that explained, I think. Yeah, that's everything I can talk about research. So we're back on easy mode again. And I'm not going to be able to show you the research things, but I have in previous series done the research on camera, explained it and everything. So if you are interested in or you are having trouble or interested in the research, you can always go back and find those. If you do a quick Google or quick YouTube search, you find tons of people that are showing you how to do that. And there's a website that will help you if you find it difficult to make those connections and figure those puzzles out. So let's look back here. I've made a slight change to my mana production thing here. Remember last episode, or when I first showed this off, I said that there was a disadvantage of this, is that when auto mode is off, the manual load button wouldn't work. Well, I don't have that problem anymore, because you see, now when I turn the auto mode button off, or when I turn auto mode off, this piston extends a stone brick which cuts off this redstone signal from coming down in there. So now this redstone signal can't reach the dropper, and when I have auto mode off, manual load will work just fine. So that's the only change to that. We'll just go ahead and we'll turn manual mode back on. Of course, when you do that, it does pop one out because that redstone signal reaches down there to the dropper. But now that redstone signal has that dropper jammed so that the clock can't work. Well, the clock does work. It won't do anything because there's a continuous redstone signal fed into the dropper. Anyway, I thought that was a good, nice, simple way to fix that problem. So when auto mode is off, the manual button will still work. And then finally, back here, I put together one of my. Let's see if I can. I think. Oh, be careful there, lava. No, I don't want to do that. I put together an automatic living rock generator. I think it's probably jammed up. It's probably full. Yeah, we're full. I got a spruce drawer with a upgrade on it. It's actually full. This one's probably not full because this one back here gets jammed. I really should have a 2 tally box system, one for each of these rows. In fact, let me take some of the living rock out of this one, switch it over to this one, then I can turn it on and you can see how it works. So it's basically it jammed up. Now the nice thing about this is that when it does get jammed up, it doesn't start throwing living rock all over the ground or anything like that. It just stops working. So if I take and toggle these red crystals are from Automagi. They're a really nice way to work with redstone. They go up walls, and you can control what side they connect to using these little nodules on the sides of them. Now, turn that back on. It's going to pulse. Let me see. Now this one right over here. See how this one says that the is stuffed. So it had a piece of cobblestone in there because it got unsynchronized at one point. There we go. And basically what happens is this tally box has a whitelist of living rock. So and it also has a lens on the front of it. Let's see if I can't maybe show you the lens. Yeah, you can see that there's a lens on the front of it. And it has the lens of yield. You see up top says lens is the yield lens. So it looks to see if when you would break that block, if you would get living rock. That's the only thing on the whitelist. If it would give you living rock if you broke that block, it will output a redstone signal, and then that's being fed around by these red crystals. I could have just used regular redstone, but I like the red crystals because it looks cool and it's definitely magic. So there we go. There's my completely automated living rock generation, and I've been making some bricks. We're going to go over to the spire location here in a little bit. I'll show you what I've gotten done over there. But most importantly, I want to get into some blood magic. And I wanted to show you what all I've gotten done before I got into some blood magic, before I got too far ahead. Oh, and we got a new member on the server. Escador is joined us. So we'll probably be doing some collabs with him. I'm not sure when we get to that, but pretty soon. He's getting settled in still. He's only been on for like 2 days. He joined yesterday. And, yeah. What was I doing? Blood magic. I really want to get into some blood magic. And now the problem with blood magic is it takes up a lot of space. The altars are quite large. Not at the very beginning, but they will get there. And I don't want to have to, I don't want to set anything up here too close to town for my blood magic. I want to go ahead and put that in the spire. So the first thing I need is a blood altar. It's the primary thing here. So that's why I needed a diamond. Or some diamonds. Get a couple of them, I think. I'm going to need some gold and some iron and stuff. Need some gold, some iron, probably, and some glass, I think. And a furnace. I don't think I do have a spare furnace. Let's go up to the other crafting table up here. Should be able to shift click this. Oh, nope. I need some stone, some of this right here. Now I should be able to shift click that. There we go. I got myself a blood altar. Now to use a blood altar, I'm going to also need a sacrificial knife. Yep. One of these. So let me get one of those. And what I want to do is I want to set this up over in my way over there in my spire. So I want to take over some stuff that I need. I got the stone. That's probably the main thing I'm going to need over there. And I don't really need my other stuff here. Let's put a few things away real quick. That away and that. Take over the rest of this stuff, I think. Yes, well, I'm going to need a diamond over there. I'm also going to want an emerald relatively quick. I'm going to want an emerald because one of the first things I'm going to want to make, take a few of those. One of the first things I'm going to make is a blood orb. This right here. A weak blood orb, which is going to take the diamond. And hopefully, these right here. So yeah, that's just stone. I'm going to need more stone, so let me grab that. One of the things I could possibly do, I need to get this leveled up again. And I'm actually not too far off from leveling this up again. But as soon as I level up this Enderium hammer that I've been using for doing all my mining, I'm actually going to, the next thing I'm going to put on it is Silk Touch, so that I'll be able to get lots and lots of smooth stone without having to cook it. And that's super important. Now I could chisel it and break it and chisel it and break it. That's the way I've been getting my smooth stone is, rather than cook it, I just chisel the stone, break it, and then unchisel it. Ooh, I've seen some diamonds in the wall right there. I have to get those at some point. Over to the spire. It's a long travel. I prefer to come through the tunnel because it's nice and safe. And you can see come down here, you can actually see that I did a bunch more mining. So I had all of this over here mined, and then I went and did all this other between this episode and last. So all the ones on this side, and there's a pile of materials over there that I left. Junk materials. So yeah, did a lot of mining by hand. And I'm probably going to be doing more mining by hand, but that's okay. We'll get there. We're going to get some blood magic automated mining eventually. In fact, that's why I want to get into blood magic, because there's a bunch of really cool things I can do with blood magic, and I want to get to them. So I removed the cobble stairs and bridge, and you can see what I've got so far. So I went ahead and went into single player and kind of created this base structure of living stone walls. I like that. I'm probably going to go back through and add some cracked living stone, possibly put some ivy or something on there, some vines. There's all kinds of different vines with the plant mega pack, so I can really decorate that up. I'm going to vary the bottom of this a bit. So right now, this is basically just, this just gives me a structure to build off of, more or less. So you can see where this original piece of the spire, the natural spire that was here, kind of juts down out. I'm going to kind of do something like that all around on the bottom, so that it's kind of like, so it looks a little more natural rather than a bowl that was cut out of rock. That spire, the rest of the spire is going to go away as I build up the building. But now I can come down in here. and come down in here and right here in the very center of the sphere, and you can see the sphere takes up, or the circular area of this takes up 3x3 chunk area, and that is very specifically on purpose, because if I ever want to chunk load my base, it's a 3x3. It's all contained within this 3x3 area, and there should be plenty of room in here, especially as I go vertical, to do everything that I want to do. So I need to put something down there. I need to put my blood altar here. And I'm just going to poke a hole in the floor here so we can drop down in here. You can see that there's this big bowl area underneath. So what I'm going to do is this, as I build up that blood altar, or it's actually going to be built down into that area down below, and I'm going to have some kind of automated spawning thing that I can use to gather blood off of, probably like a cursor spawning system and stuff, and probably something to pick up the drops off all mobs. But yeah, now I can actually come over here and start working on getting some blood magic done. Now, there is a way that I can really, really rapidly accelerate this. Would be to go, because that just, that uses up a bunch of my blood, and then I gotta wait for myself to regenerate. So if I was to make myself an RF Tools environmental controller, where is it at? Mention an environmental thingy from RF Tools. No, there it is, environmental controller. It's quite expensive. I need a block of emerald, block of gold, block of diamond, block of iron, and machine frame. The machine frame is not bad, but that right there, block of diamond, is kind of expensive, but it's going to be worth it. The problem is that one of the things that one of the viewers suggested, actually I think it was Bolt, suggested that I use magic to generate my power. And I thought that was a great idea. So I'm going to set that as a personal goal, is I'm going to use only magic to generate my power. So, and what I mean by that is I'm still going to have to probably use some kind of a machine. There's a way to do it with Botania. Botania has a tool, something somewhere in here, that can convert mana into redstone. There it is, the mana flux field. Uh-oh. I'm consumed by an unnatural hunger. Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm starting to get some warp effects, some slight warp effects, because I have, I've researched a few forbidden knowledge things throughout. There's like forbidden knowledge over here, and yeah, just very few. I haven't done some of the more major ones yet. I'm holding off on them until I can get together and put together a spa so that I can clean that flux off. And we'll get into that in a future episode, but you will notice from time to time that I'll have like little warp effects going on. So apologize if that bothers you, but most of you guys have said that you don't care, you understand that it's part of Thaumcraft and you just have to deal with it. So I'm just having to deal with it. So now that I got a little bit of blood in there, I can actually start making my stuff. What's it called? What is it called? Runes. And what's the other stuff called? That stuff. Blood runes. Start making blood runes, tablets, blank slates. That's what I'm looking for. These guys right here. So I got to get together at least 8 of these runes in order to upgrade to a tier 2. The other thing I could probably do is and did I bring any wood? I did not bring any wood with me, but I should be able to go out and find some pretty easily nearby. Plenty of it around here. Come over here. What's this kind of wood? Is this willow? There's some willow wood. Just so I can build a quick crafting table, more or less. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't want that dirt. So that'll let me at least get a crafting table up there. and we'll make it a station actually, so that it doesn't drop stuff. Get on back up here. And I'm not sure if I want to make this look like it's floating or look like it's somehow connected by arcs of dirt or whatever. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet on how it's going to look and how the top's going to look. There's going to be a lot of kind of experimenting as I go along. And even though it's not going to help too much, I'm going to eat that pork chop so that hopefully I don't die from my unnatural hunger. Okay, and get my other thing out of there. I don't know if I have enough blood in there just yet to do this. We're going to try it. I'm going to try putting that in there. Hopefully there's enough blood in there to do that. All I got to do is wait a little bit. And if I need to put a little bit more blood in there, I can. Yeah, that unnatural hunger is definitely going to be an issue as I'm trying to keep my food level up so that I can regenerate naturally. Let's go ahead and do... Oh, I can't do that until I get this thing. That's right, that's why I'm doing this. Let's go ahead and put a little bit more in. I don't want to go too low just in case something silly happens and mob spawns up here somehow. I've got it pretty well lit up, but still got to be careful. Alright, at least my unnatural hunger is about to go away too. That's good. Alright, so that plus that is going to give me my first rune. And then I'm going to replace these right here with that. So anyway, I've got to make 8 more of those. And what I think I'm going to do for the floors in my tower is probably going to be marble. So I got to collect a whole bunch of marble somehow. There might be a way to craft it. I'm not sure. Well, actually, we can check that out real quick. But I definitely want to have, I don't know, does this have a crafting recipe? Probably not, just origin. So I'm going to have to either maybe, what I'll probably do is I'll commission somebody who has a digital miner to collect enough marble for me in trade for something good, like maybe a death protection poppet or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch more blood magic off camera between this episode and next. So I'm going to get my blood altar built up. Probably at least a tier 4 between this episode and next. It's basically just a bunch of grinding, me standing over here. Like I said, I'm going to build one of those RF Tools environmental controllers and put a Regeneration Plus module in it. So Regeneration Plus module, I'm also going to have to make an iron golem. So I might do that on camera, I'm not sure. I might save that for the beginning of the next episode or not, or I'll record it possibly and just put it into the next episode. But I think I've showed enough for this one. You guys can see that I am getting a start on this tower, the spire. Like I said, I'm gonna come back and change out all this cobblestone. That's just a temporary thing. I'm gonna kind of variate the bottom of this so that it isn't so uniform, so it looks more natural. And yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up right there. I got a blood magic start. That was an important thing. I wanted to share that with you guys and share with you that livingrock generator is pretty good. Sorry I can't do the research on camera. It's like I said, it's not a big deal. There's like so many guides out there and such like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, be sure and leave a like and a comment, thumbs up. Go check out everyone else's channels because they're all doing a lot of tech and things like that. You're not going to see any tech on here. So I'm not going to be putting together no big reactor. There's not going to be any solar power. There's not going to be any wind power. Nothing like that. We're going to figure out a way to generate our power from magic. And I'll get back to you in the next episode on that after I figure out exactly what methods I want to use and get started on it. But until next time, I will catch you later.